Hello all you half pints out there, and welcome. My name is Kim and you're on my channel. Today I am being joined by a very, very special person, ShapeSifter of the Town of Salem community manager person for Twitter and Facebook and all that good stuff. Go ahead and say hello.
Hello, how's it going?
I'm so excited. I am so excited. We're texting in the PTR, and it's beautiful and it's gorgeous and I love it. Can you explain the whole total lots thing versus lots? And how that works?
So, like, whenever the game is deciding what role you are, you have 10 lots for every role, and that's your base lots that you have. And that how scrolls affect your chances of getting rolls is they increase your lots. So the 2 times scroll, which is the lesser scroll, will give you 20 lots, and the greater scrolls are 10 times odds, and they'll give you 100 total lots.
Awesome.
So it just adds
right.
up all that stuff together and figures out your chance to become that role.
Okay, very cool. And then scrolls are consumed on use, I believe?
They are consumed once you actually become that role.
Once you get the role, once you're successful in it.
Yep.
Alrighty, very cool, very cool. So, awesome. I cannot possibly explain how excited I am for this.
We're pretty excited too. This patch should be a good patch for us, but we gotta make sure it's not all breaking, so that's what we're doing right now.
Have you had a lot of difficulties with it?
This is probably the biggest patch that they've done since I've started working for them, so it's just been a lot of stuff. So
I would imagine that this has got to be a big one for you guys.
So we'll be like testing something, and then we'll go back and look at it again, and we'll be like, oh, we forgot to test this aspect of it because we're just testing so many things.
Right. No, I've been playing on the PTR since just about the 5th test number 5 and for this patch 1.2, and I gotta tell you, I've seen improvements every time I come on and I see that a new test is up. I get very excited. So
you've actually seen most of the new stuff getting like added in and fixed and stuff?
I've seen things added in, and then they suddenly disappear the next test, and I don't know if I'm supposed to know about it yet or not. So sometimes I feel like I see a whole nother world by being in the PTR. And for those of you who are listening, I would highly suggest that when patches are coming out, that you do consider getting onto the PTR and testing them, because that is one of the ways that we can help out Blank Media in order to help them make this game that we love so much better. So.
Yeah, and if you notice any bugs or anything, there is a PTR bug reports sub-forum on our forum page that you can go post the bugs on, and we can look at them and try to reproduce them.
Perfect. Perfect. And if you're on here, do add me on the PTR as well, because if you have me added on like the regular game, it doesn't carry over to the PTR. So the link for the PTR will be in the description. Although at the time this is posted, the patch may or may not be out, so I don't want to give anything away until everything is official. But it's very possible by the time you see this, the patch may be just coming out or already out. So the hype is real. How do you feel about the Forger? Do you think it's well balanced?
Yeah, I think it's pretty well balanced. Like, I don't think there's anything that's going to be wrong with the Forger once we release it. I think the thing that I'm most worried about is people forging wills and then writing nasty stuff in it. And then we'll just go ahead and ban them.
Yep, so that'll probably be something that is fixed fairly quickly.
Yeah.
So, I would imagine so at least.
We'll just be paying extra close attention to the reports that are coming in after we release the patch to ban away all the people trying to forge fake wills and get other people reported and stuff like that.
Right. No, I would imagine that it's probably the way to go. I'm sure you'll see a lot of like the same kind of wills going out, but I think the truth is, because I've played enough of the Forge already to kind of understand that, yeah, you can write silly things on there, but that really doesn't help out Mafia that much.
No, it doesn't.
Because if you use the Forge's ability just to wipe the will and put something goofy, it's actually weaker than a janitor would be, because the janitor wipes the will and then also like wipes the roll. So the real strength in the Forger, in my eyes, is not necessarily just getting rid of the will, it's replacing with something else that causes even more damage to town. And would that be correct in saying that's probably what the intention was with this kind of roll?
Oh yeah, like completely. Like if you have like a consigliere and a forger, then you can completely like destroy the investigator's will and ruin all of the everything that he had already found out. You can completely ruin it for town.
Yeah, that's probably exactly what I would think is like the true power of it. So hopefully we'll see more of that once everything is released.
And even if you don't have like a consigliere or anything, if you just forge in someone's will that you're suspicious of someone else, you might just throw suspicion onto them.
No, exactly. Either way, the point that I think should be made is that yeah, you can write goofy stuff, but you're really not helping out your mafia very much. So,
No.
guys, I'm doused. A neutral killing is an arso, but we also have a trans. Bum bum bum.
I'm surprised like no one's dead yet.
No, I don't know if this is a mafia issue or what, but 4-2. Forger and Aridin voting innocent. Thanks, Solix and Patch. Godfather out. There you go. Interesting. Interesting. So now, just technically, normally speaking, anytime somebody gives up Mafia and is Mafia, that is considered game throwing, correct?
Yep.
That's what I would think.
If you're
But,
Mafia and you give up your fellow Mafia, that's game throwing.
Right. My thoughts exactly. So do you think there's going to be a lot of glitch problems with this patch, or do you think this is going to be a fairly clean one coming out?
I hope that it's gonna be clean, but we haven't really had a smooth patch yet, so...
Is this something that gets better with time as you guys get more experience as developers, or is it just like kind of like... Is it something that just happens with games no matter what?
Well, I mean, anytime any game does like a patch or anything, there's always going to be bugs, but
Right.
it just depends on how game breaking they are. And with how much stuff we were putting in this patch, I think it was just needing more people to do it, maybe.
Right.
Because we're still like a small company, so I mean, there's only 9 people in the entire company, so
That's what you guys have done for 9 people is pretty impressive, though. I have to say, it's pretty impressive. Hey, is that parrot new?
yep, that's part of the boatload of swag.
I like
You get-
it.
You get the parrot, the pirate ship house, a pirate ship map, and the pirate character, and you get 3 of every scroll.
Now, is that going to be released upon 1.2?
That should be coming out with this patch, I think.
Okay, I didn't check out the bundle, so I didn't really necessarily see if it was in there. But I don't remember seeing the parrot or the pirate suit either. That's really cute. I like that.
Yeah, none of that stuff you can buy in any of the other tabs. You have to go to the bundles tab to see it because it's a real money purchase. It's $5. You get all of that stuff. You get the pet, the map, the house, the character, 3 of every single scroll, and 1492 house points. Or town
Wow,
points.
that's incredible. That's actually like a really good deal. I'm pretty sure that's like what the price was for Steam, wasn't it? $5
Yep.
or was it?
Steam was $5, and you got 1,300 town points. So
you're actually
even
getting
get
more
more
town
town
points. The scrolls. You said 3 of each.
3 of each scroll, yeah, and they're worth 200 each right now, I think.
Yeah, so that's incredible. That's gonna be 600
that's-
per pop. 6 times. How many total rolls
90.
are there now?
There's 30 rolls, or 31 with forgers, so times 31 times 3.
That's incredible.
So,
Wow, that's a pretty
it's a
pretty
huge
good
deal.
deal. I'm not just fluffing it up either. I'm pretty stunned. I'll probably actually have to do that. It'd be worth it for the pirate alone, but
Let's go ahead and do some math. So they're like 200 each, times 31 rolls, times 3 scrolls. That's 18,600 town points alone.
plus the 1400,
Plus the 1492.
plus I
Plus-
guess like 1040 for each for both the ship, the parrot, and the skin would also probably all be 1040.
So that's 24,252 town points worth of stuff for $5.
That's insane. That's really good. Well, good. That's a good. You guys are definitely making some big improvements to the game, in my opinion. Now, can you tell me anything about mobile? Because I am scared and excited at the same time, and I don't know at all what to expect. So be as vague as you need to be, but any information would greatly sate my hunger, my need to learn more about this.
So with mobile, we've already started working on it, but we were focusing most of our efforts into this patch, but after this patch we're going to be going like really hard after mobile, and that should be the next patch that comes out.
Okay. Will this be on both Android and iOS systems?
Yeah, and Windows Phone, and we are debating some others as well.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. All right.
So we're trying to get as many people into it as we can, and it's going to be free, but there's going to be an in-app purchase to take away the ads, because it's going to have ads.
Will it also have cosmetics that you can purchase?
Yeah, it'll be just like the normal game, but a mobile version.
That's awesome. Are you going to be making any major changes to the gameplay?
Not that we've ran into as of yet, but there might be things that change. It just depends on how development goes.
Right.
Right now, how we think we're going to deal with the chat issues is having preset messages and free chat, so you can decide which one works better for you at that certain time.
Okay.
But we haven't even decided on that, so...
So there's a lot of work to be done yet.
Yep, there's still a lot of development to go.
All right. Well, that's good though to see that there is definitely progress. And I was definitely worried about chatting, because that kind of seems like it's going to be the hardest thing, is chatting and will writing, because I write a ton in my will, especially if I have like a role like mayor or an investigator. So that was kind of my big fear with the mobile.
Yeah.
What if I can't get it all down?
There's also been people who have been afraid of the issue of what if mobile players are just a bunch of levers most of the time, because the game is going to be cross-platform when it comes out.
Is it really now?
Yeah, but if we do run into the issue of mobile users having like internet issues and dropping out of games a lot or just leaving games a lot, then we'll put it on its own server.
Okay.
But it is planned to all be together.
All right. Well, if I was to add any input to that at all, because I am kind of thinking about doing a video about the mobile and what my opinion might be on it, but I would probably suggest that it will probably be a problem, but you guys will see if it is or not when time comes. And the reason why I think that though is because I know me personally, I never have more than like 10 minutes to be on my phone at any one time. But
yeah,
if it comes down to it, you guys would be looking at moving the servers though.
Yeah.
So, okay. I think that's a good backup option should it need be considered.
We're just trying to make sure that mobile users will have plenty of games that they'll be able to get into, and they won't be stuck not able to get into games.
Right. No, I could see a problem with that as well. Well, I'm glad to see that everyone's putting the proper thought into it. If there's something that you wanted to say to a couple hundred or maybe 1,000 people about this patch or about mobile, what would you want it to be?
I don't really know.
You don't really know?
Have fun with it.
Have fun with it. I like it. What's your
Let
favorite
us know
part
if anything breaks.
Here you go. What do you personally feel about the Forger itself?
I think that it's going to help out a lot with Mafia win rates, because Mafia win rates are definitely lower than Town, and it'll help their win rates because it's just a really good role. It's got a lot of power to it, and it'll help Disguiser, which people have been complaining about a lot. Right. I think it's just going to do a lot of good things for Mafia, and if Mafia has more of a chance to win a game, maybe some of the other roles will feel the
some of the neutral killing roles might as well.
Yeah, they might feel some of the power of Town's losing win rates.
Currently, is it that Town is winning an awful lot?
I believe Town has like a 60% win rate the last time we checked this, or the last time I heard of the stat, which was probably like 2 months ago. Or a month ago, I think.
Right.
But
right.
even in
Oh,
ranked, that's all just ranked stats though. But even if the case stays that they still have high win rates, with this patch we're gonna have ELO that is based on the ELO of the players that you're playing against and of what faction you're a part of as well. So
okay.
saying Town has a 60% chance to win, that means that they'll only win 40% as much of the ELO as if they won with a roll that had like 0%
Oh,
chance to win, essentially.
so they'll be balanced upon your role as well. Your ELO would be.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I've been trying to do like a Town of Salem tournament forever now. You know, host something big, get a whole bunch of YouTubers in there, get the community managers and developers in there. But the problem that I've always had is that I can't possibly figure out how to weight the wins.
Yeah. What we're doing is just like, I think the stat for SK has a 10% chance to win. So with like a
Wow.
base of like 20 ELO per game, they'd get 18 if they win, and they'd lose 2 if they lost.
Right. Okay, gotcha. No, that makes a lot of sense then.
Because if you think statistically, then it would even out, where if they won 50% and lost 50%, or if they won the amount that they were supposed to as that roll, then their ELO would not go anywhere. It would stay at 1200.
Right. Okay. So it's based upon them being better than the average then.
Yeah, which is how ELO should work.
I agree with you entirely. I agree with you entirely. That's why I've always had a hard time with trying to set up tournaments, because we know that some roles are a little bit, or some alignments are a little stronger than others. So to make it a all around, 1 point for each would kind of be unfair. But maybe I should take a note out of your pages, and if I ever decide to do one, make it more of an ELO kind of style thing.
Might be a good idea.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
Have you noticed any bugs with the patch yet?
I haven't yet while playing. However, I did die. I got lynched. And the reason why, I think, is because I was so engaged with talking to you and thinking about the game and the patch that I forgot to defend myself. And this is something that actually happens to me quite a lot when I stream or record YouTube videos. I find myself just sitting there and in deep conversation with somebody and not paying attention.
I know exactly how you feel. The same thing happens to me whenever I'm doing my stream.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it. It's definitely, if you're on stream or if you're on camera and you're trying to entertain and talk, you can get a little bit distracted sometimes. So, I'm dead. Are you dead?
No, I'm still alive.
You're still alive? There was actually 2 forgers in this game, by the way.
That's kind of impressive.
With the random mafia, that random mafia chance gave us 2 forges. It was entirely useless. I mean, we were both trying to forge at the one night, and one. If you are playing mafia, viewers, and you have a forger on your team, as the Godfather, please pick a target early, because the forgers need time to compose a will in order to actually get it to be successful. Because that's the problem that I was having right there, is that we're both trying to forge a will, but we don't know who's going to be the one forging, and we don't even know who the target is yet. So, my solution for that, if you're looking for tips and tricks, anybody, is to have a fake will ready to go in your own will, and then copy-paste if you have the ability to copy-paste. So instead of having to type it all out again when you click the action button, I just kind of use my current will as a scratch board to put down my fake will ideas.
Do the same thing. I was actually just about to suggest that.
Were you really?
I was. That's what I found out.
I think that it works very well that way. And that's any other tips for Forger over here?
Try to if you have any idea what their role might be, try to make it look like that role's will actually. It can cause a lot of chaos. If you don't know what their role is, then you can kind of just do whatever. But
right, my personal belief that if you don't know their role, the forger is actually weaker than a janitor, because it doesn't clear their role, I should say. I mean, I think I messed that up, but It clears their will, but it doesn't clear their role. So the town still has more information than if it was a janitor. But if you know their role and you can kind of customize it to be super special and point to somebody, you're a lot better off.
Yeah. I was a transporter in that game. I was Edward Bishop. I had like the pirate skin and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, that was you? That's awesome. That's a good skin. You know, I was patch hype because I'm so excited. And I was a forger before I was killed. Thank you so much for playing, though. Thank you for answering my questions. I know I can sometimes be a little bit of a handful with all of my inquiries, but...
That's no problem at all. I mean, my job is to be here and help out people in the community, so if I can help answer some questions for some people that are watching your videos, doing my job.
I'm sure there'll be questions over... Whenever the release goes out, I'll have lots of videos come out that I'm sure will have lots of questions in the description if you want to stop by and take a look at them.
Yeah, alrighty.
Alright, well thank you so much for playing.
Yeah.
Alright, peace out everybody. Hey, since I've got you here, why don't you click on that subscribe button? Or even follow me on Twitter or check out the next and previous videos. Yeah!